Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jediism 101, where we dive into the idea of being a practicing Jedi in the real world. As you remember, Jediism or Jedi Realism is where we have taken, we as an individuals have taken the idea of the Jedi from the Star Wars movies, books, novels, comics, TV series, movies, shows, that type of stuff, and have tried to condense it into what we can work into a reasonable system of beliefs that we think we can live by. And some very smart people have put that together in a doctrine, which was what I've been working through from the get go on all of these videos. And I realize that in all of my videos so far, I actually haven't talked about the Force. Kind of strange, don't you think, considering that that's kind of central to a Jedi's life. Excuse me. So I'm going to read straight from the doctrine here. So if you see me looking off to the side of the screen, that's me, reading word for word, or at least trying to. So the Force is described as an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, and binds the galaxy together, to quote Obi-Wan. The Force, in part, is the energy associated with life, and life is associated with the Force. So you need one to have the other. Most Jedi adhere to the ideology that the Force has a will of its own and guides those who listen to its subtle whispers. Before I continue, so people have different words for it. The Force, it could be intuition, it could be empathy, it could just be, feeling the temperature of the room, that type of stuff. And I don't mean, how hot or cold it is. I mean, just the general feeling of a room when you walk in, and listening to that type of feature to make sure that you're like, oh, okay, I need to be very careful here for something right reason. I feel a lot of tension in this room, that type of stuff. So the Force has been called many things, but let me continue here. The Force is primarily made up of the light side and the dark side. Now, these are concerned with the moral compass of the Force in its various manifestations of balance. The light side of the Force is the facet of the Force aligned with good, benevolence, compassion, and healing. The dark side of the Force aligned with fear, hatred, aggression, and malevolence. The side of the Force can seem more powerful, though it's just more tempting to those that can touch upon the power, as it does not impose any restrictions on its use, often granting almost inhuman strength to those who would give in to hatred and anger. These sides of the Force are tied directly to the eternal balance of the universe. Without darkness, there can be no light. The same token, the side of the and by the same token, the side of the Force one chooses to follow depends on the individual's true intent within their heart. Let's break that down for a second here. So, light side, dark side binds the galaxy together. It's kind of like duct tape. Sorry, bad joke. Anyways, so inside of us is always a war between what we could do and what we should do, what our emotional needs are, and what logic dictates what's good for the many, what's good for me, what's good for others, that type of stuff. And that's the moral compass that we talk about. And I'm not going to talk on anybody's on anybody's moral compass here. That is for you as an individual to decide. But as a Jedi, you're altruistic. You are looking at the needs of the others around you and helping them. Now, the caveat to this is you can't help others unless you help yourself sometimes, which means you need to be in a balance within yourself to do anything for other people. And we've learned from our previous lessons of Jediism 101 what that takes to do, so I won't go over them in here, but if you do have any questions, please do ask them in the comments. I will be sure to answer. Continuing on, the Force has also been described as having three additional aspects: the cosmic force, the living force, and the unifying force. Now we're going to get into some deep stuff here, so bear with me. These aspects are defined by prominent Jedi philosophies. The cosmic force essentially embraces space and time in its entirety. It's quite basically what binds the galaxy together and keeps the cosmos in balance. It is what drives the cosmos and what keeps it in order. The living force deals with living things. Seems obvious. The energy created by and connected to all life itself. Life creates it, makes it grow. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Thank you, Master Yoda. It's a scientific fact that energy changes form but never truly ceases to exist. It is that science that we are able to understand that the living force is the pool of energy that embodies all living things. Likewise, when a new life is born, it draws energy from the living force. The unifying force is what keeps the cosmic force and the living force in balance. It is the energy that exists on the molecular level throughout all matter, unifying everything in the universe. Through it, we are connected, not just to all living things, but to all things. Feel the force between you, me, the rock, the tree, and the ship. Now, there's more to do this discussion, but I think I want to leave this here for right now because we have a lot of there's a lot to do with the force here, and keeping in mind, delving into this kind of philosophy, this is some deep stuff. Beforehand, we were just learning, the ins and outs of it, the job, the idea, the aspects of what we do, or what it takes to be a Jedi. This is understanding the universe as it is. And when you can learn to calm your mind, you will hear the whisper of the Force to you. Some are drawn to the light, some are drawn to the dark, some are somewhere in between. Everybody has a little bit of dark in their light, everybody has a little bit of light in their dark. No one is ever truly, solidly one or the other. There's no such as that pure good and no such a thing as pure evil. So, I invite you to ask me some questions in the comments. My next video, I'm going to continue on with this Force discussion, and we're going to go from there. Okay? So, as always, make sure that you are drinking more water, eating clean food, getting some healthy activity in, getting some healthy sun in, breathing the fresh air, being kind to the environment that we live in, being kind to others as we meet them because they're fighting battles you don't know anything about, and don't be part of the problem, and also being kind to ourselves. That is very important. Until next time, everybody, have a great day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following all the end of the video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. May the Force be with you.